There are a lot of things which may seem very normal to do as nurses at work, especially back in our home countries. But in the UK, it might surprise you to know that some of the things which may seem to be harmless might seem very illegal, might actually lead to you being struck off. So in this video, I'm going to give you a list of things that you should never ever do as a nurse in the UK. Hey lovelies, welcome again to my channel. My name is Sharry, and on this channel I talk about nursing and lifestyle in the UK. So if these are things that interest you, kindly subscribe and join the awesome family. Can't believe I'm recording this whole thing again because midway through my first recording, the sound just went off. So back to the story of the day. The first thing you should never talk about at your workplace is your religious belief. I know it's very normal, especially in our home countries, to openly talk about your religious background, whatever you believe in, and even try to convince your colleagues to come to church with you. However, in the UK, you are not supposed to tell your patients about your religious background unless you've been asked. Even with that, be careful not to go overboard and say things that you're not supposed to say. That might even get you into trouble. So please, be very careful. I was reading stories about nurses who were struck off, and a black nurse was suspended because she spoke about Christ to her patients and even handed the Bible to one. And to another who was a cancer patient and was going for a procedure, she encouraged the patient to pray because he had a better chance of, even if he believes in Christ. And as much as this might seem very harmless, especially to, we blacks, this was very frowned upon by the patients and the NMC because they want you to keep your religion out of work. This is a matter of three. How is she going to support herself and her kids? However, I read somewhere she was asked to return back to work. I'm just hoping that information is legit. So please, let's be mindful of whom we discuss our religious backgrounds with. If you want people to know about whomever you believe in, show Christ to them in the way you treat them. Show them love, show them kindness, show them sympathy and empathy. The next one is self-medicating at work. So if you know you are prone to headaches, or you are prone to indigestion or migraines or whatever, heartburns, please keep your own supply in your bag all the time. Do not under any circumstance take medication, whether what stock or patient supply or whatever, at work. I know we are nurses, we deal with medications all the time, but it is illegal to take any medication from your workplace without any prescription. Recently, there was this nurse who lost her job because she took paracetamol and cocodamol on 2 different occasions for headache which she had at work. She didn't take it and went home with it. Paracetamol, but she lost her job. It's sad, but no matter how sad it might seem, it is what it is. And this lady lost her job, lost her house. She had to go stay with her grandma. So please, have your own supplies. Next one is workplace gossip. The only advice I can give you as a friend is run when there is gossip. However juicy the information is, however nice the story may seem, if you know you cannot run, just be like, to save yourself from trouble. If you and that person becomes enemies tomorrow and issues arise due to one thing or the other or concerning the person you guys were gossiping about, it might surprise you that that person might say something that you didn't even think about saying. You might get in trouble for doing that. So please, let's all try to be professional and then stay away from gossip. That is it. The next one is personal issues. So I'll say maintaining professional boundaries is very crucial in the healthcare sector. Try to keep your personal issues out from work. Nobody want to know. Yeah, that's the truth. Nobody is interested. So I know there are certain times that you end up, spilling some things. Of course, you are working with humans, you are working with your colleagues, so you might end up saying a few things, which is normal. But just try to, know your limits, know things you should and shouldn't say. So basically, just know who you're supposed to send your issues to and when you should talk about them, not when you've got things to do. Your colleagues also working and you're bombarding them with your issues. That is going to put you into a big problem. The last one is trying to think you can beat the system. I promise you, you can never beat the UK system. You can never. So don't even try it. But what I would say is, when you're going to work, just think that you're going to a reality show. You've got a camera following you, capturing every moment, every second of whatever you're doing. Just assume there's a giant camera there with people sitting and watching every step you take so that I can avoid trouble. That is it. So I'm just going to give you a couple of real life scenarios or example. Nurses who were dismissed, some striked off for things they did. One nurse left medications in front of a patient unattended. Probably she quickly wanted to go and pick something or whatever. I don't know. She left the medications and she got into trouble for that. Another nurse left medication running instead of putting it into an IV pump. He got into trouble for that. That same nurse signed off an IV medication when the patient hadn't been cannulated. That same nurse, I don't know. This one is like these village people were after him. That same nurse was supposed to take blood samples from a patient and he didn't do it. For whatever reason, I do not know. This same nurse gave a pain medication which he didn't document properly for. So when you go online and you read about the strike of stories, the witnesses are from their colleagues, student nurses and patients. So we have to be very careful. Another nurse who was in ICU sent down, when you go to the ICU unit, they've got machines connected to the patients which is supposed to beep or make sound when the patient is deteriorating or there's a change in the vital signs to alert the nurses that something is going wrong. This nurse, for whatever reason, turned down the volume from her words that she doesn't want to annoy her colleagues. Now, come on, your colleagues have also got patients on monitors. So what was she trying to say? And this patient deteriorated and she got into trouble. So if you are working in an environment, you don't necessarily have to be in ICU or CCU. In the normal wards, we've got our machines that make noise. Your Dynamap, which the machine for taking blood pressure and everything, beeps. The SAT ropes makes noise when the patient is desaturating. The IV pumps make noise when they are finishing. Like a lot of things make noise. The beds, even the beds, the air mattresses make noise. Allow them to make noise. That is what they are supposed to do, to alert people to get something done. So if you turn them down, what is that supposed to do? Please, let's be very mindful. Don't just let a situation which might seem very minor rip you of your career, something you left the country all the way to come and do. And also about the student nurses, they are limited as to what they can and cannot do. Two staff nurses who also lost their jobs because one of them was speaking ill or giving negative comments about the student nurses, saying they don't know how to do anything, they saying very bad things about them, and they had to report it. And another one gave the login details to the student nurse to check blood sugar. In as much as this might seem like she is helping, please, these student nurses are supposed to supervise in whatever they do. Just take them as your little brothers and your little sisters. Let them follow you around when they are doing your nursing work. Even if they have to do it, make sure that it's in their requirements or something they are allowed to do. So in summary, maintaining professionalism by avoiding all the things I've spoken about, to ensure that we have a much more focused, respectful, efficient healthcare setting, which is essential for providing high quality care. So these are some of the things that I came across. Let me know in the comment section some of the things you've also heard or you've also seen that might pose as a risk to our pains, or some of the things we should avoid as nurses. So I've come to the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Stay blessed, and then until my next video, stay awesome. Bye.